So a while back, I put up a cover of one of my favorite little Australian bands, Shoe. It was their song Egg, and it ended up being like one of my most popular videos on my channel, which is awesome because I didn't think anyone was gonna know who Shoe was. But turns out you love them. Way to go, Shoe. Also, have you heard they have a new album out? It's actually really good. Can you believe it? Like, first album in like 10 years, which is awesome. I'm getting sidetracked. Stick to the point. I hate when I click on videos and people are just like rambling for the first 10 minutes of the video. I'm just like, get to the point. Of course, I'm doing that right now, so back to the point. Where was I? Video went up. Yes, did well. Way to go, Shoe. A viewer, right? A viewer by the name of NoodleHeadClub subscribed and then commented on that video, tabs or sheet music, please. To which I replied, and I quote, "You subscribed, thanks." Writing tabs is annoying, and I don't even know where to begin with sheet music, but in like a week or two, I'll be wrapping up my client work for the year, and I'll film a video that runs through all the chords and fiddly bits without all the jumping around. Stay tuned. So anyway, that was about 4 months ago, and I feel terrible. This isn't even the first time I've done this either, because when the song first came out and I figured out how to play it, someone on their actual official video for it, which if you haven't seen, you should go see because it's really cool. It's really nicely animated. Awesome. Very weird. Someone commented on that video if anyone had the tabs for it, and I actually had figured it out, and I was like, don't worry, I got you back. I'll tab it up and send it your way, and I never did. But I never forgot about it either. So this is me trying to make amends for that person like 10 years ago, and then Mr. NoodleHeadClub from 4 months ago. So I'll drop you guys down. I'll run through the song again with the guitar a little bit louder this time and without all the jumping around so you can actually see what I'm playing. And then after that, we'll go through all the chords and fiddly bits. So without further rambling, let's get to it. And good, everyone. Yes, you can see the whole guitar, the whole neck. Yes, fantastic, that's good. Apologies for the ridiculous amount of glare. I love the way this guitar sounds, but the gloss on this neck is kind of ridiculous. Not really a problem until you're actually trying to show people where frets are and stuff. For those of you trying to dial in this sound, this is a Squier Vigid Series reissue Telecaster. It is, I've got a 4-way mod on it, so it's got it in the series instead of parallel, if you care. The clean sounds like this. It's got a little bit of overdrive in there, you know, just pushing it a little bit, and a little bit of reverb, because if you don't have the reverb, it sounds like this. Ugh. Gross. Yes. Yes, that's what we like, very much so. And then we need an overdriven channel, which sounds like this. Also with a little bit of reverb in there. And it kicks off right here on the 5th fret. So let's run through it.
Shine my shoes, brother. Everybody, get out of my kitchen.
Okay, breaking it down. We are going to start off right here on the 5th fret, and I looked up a sheet because if you've watched this channel for a while, you know that I do not know the names of chords or how to play guitar at all in general. But I looked it up for you guys, and apparently this is a C minor chord. I don't know if it's still a C minor chord when you're playing it on the 5th fret, or if it's only C minor chord when it's down here. I call them ska chords because like those are the kind of chords that you play when you're playing ska. You got those two, C minor and F. So the song starts here on the C minor on the 5, and the intro / verses go like this. Simple enough. So you got the C minor on the 5th. You got a power chord on the 3rd fret on the A string. You've got an F on the 6th on the E string. Nope, that's not right. Oh, wow, I've already screwed this up. That's fantastic. After the 3rd, it actually goes to the 8th. Another power chord. Then it goes to the 6th, F on the E. Yes. So you're playing each of those twice, and in between you are doing a mute. You're not palm muting because the of your palm is not going to be sitting on those strings. You're just going to lift your fingers away from the fretboard, but still keep those fingers on the strings. Sounds like that. You can play it up and downy like that, or you can play it all downstrokes like that. You know, it's music, it's not math. Do whatever you feel like. And that is pretty much the intro / verses. But I will point out in the description of the Egg video, I mentioned that I wasn't sure if he plays it like that or if he actually plays it like. The difference between the two being that after this 8, it goes down to a 1 instead of this 6, which is essentially the same chord if you listen to them. This one will just have a little bit more bass in it, and this will have more treble, because you're going to be picking up those bottom strings. I don't know if my brain's just being crazy, but when I listen to the recording, it sounds like he alternates between the two. I have no idea if he does or not. Feel free to alternate or not. Or you could even just focus on the top strings more than the bottom strings, instead of going to a completely different place on your fretboard. Okay, me being your crazy pants aside, bridging the verse to the chorus, you're playing all of that, and then you go, which is the same chord, just moved up 2 frets, so you're now on the 8 instead of the 6. And then we're going to drop it back down to that first chord from the verse. And just play it over and over again. And this is where the distortion kicks in. Sounds awesome, especially with these flat wound strings. I don't know why, the flat ones just sound really cool for distortion. So that is just 5/5, 5/4/3 on the A string. Then we're going to slide it up to the, and that'll be 8/8, 8/7, 6, switching to the E string for the 6. And I like to slide up from the 5s, 4, 3s and slide downs from the 8s, 7s, 6s. There is a part in there where he throws in like a little bit of wah, and it's just the part before aching to be near you, which is exactly the same, just I play it without distortion because I can't be bothered to set up a wah on this pedal, even though it's got the capability. I'm just really lazy. So it sounds like. Aching to be near you. Moving on, we got the breakdown, and I think this might actually be the last part of the song. That just goes. Which is power chord 8 on the A string. Then we've got our F chord on the 5th. Then we're going to drop it down to be a power chord on the 5th, now on the A string. And then back up to the E string, we've got the F again on the 6th now. And repeat. And then add distortion. And now we move on to the bridge, because who would forget to record an entire key component of a song when they're doing a tutorial on how to play said song? Only an idiot, that's who. Anyway, moving right along, we are going to start right here on the 5th fret, and we are going to play what I call an octave power chord. And that is because it's like a power chord, but you're only playing the octaves and not the string in between. That's what I meant to say. So we are starting right here on the 5th fret. This is going so well. 5th fret on the A string. Then we're going to drop down 2 strings and over 2 frets, and we're going to play the 7th fret on the G string, and we're going to mute the string in between them. Octave power chord. Get it? So the breakdown sounds like this. So like I said, starting here on the 5th and 7th, then we're going to move up to 7 and 9. Then we're moving up again to 8 and 10. And here's where you're going to play it differently to me, because you are going to move up to 13 and... add 2, Jimmy. 13 and 15. But I have a bit of a dead fret here, so it doesn't always come out so great. So instead of playing 13 and 15 here, I drop down and I play the... what is that? That's the 8 and 11? 8 and 11. On the net set of strings down. But like I said, I'm sure your guitar probably functions fine, so you can play the 13, 15. Just stay on that same set of strings and slide up and then back. So there it is. You build the tension. And you get back into it. Now I will continue to proceed with my tutorial as I have been all along. And I think that pretty much covers it. I mean, if it doesn't, I'm just gonna go back and record the guitar bits that I skipped over, so you won't know if I've got this right on the first try or not. But I will. Apologies again to Mr. NoodleHeadClub. Sorry that this took so long to come out. Hopefully you found it useful and you haven't already learned how to play the song in the last 4 months. And apologies to the person on YouTube that I promised these tabs to a decade ago. However, if you would like a tutorial of any of the other songs that I've covered, let me know on that video. I will see it and I will record one of these for it. If you haven't watched my cover of the song, it'll be linked probably here, I think. I'm just gonna try to lean out of the way so I can put that end card there. I'm gradually learning how YouTube works. Better late than never, right? And if you haven't heard of Shoe before, make sure you check them out. They are on Spotify. They are fantastic. Like I said before, they've got a new album out. It's like the first one in 10 years. It's really, really weird, but I love it. Very classic Shoe. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, catch you later.